Yes, my people, we're back in our seat. Today is a beautiful day, people. I'm telling you, this Saturday morning, grace of God, blessings. Yeah, the weather's lovely. My son has gone to Saturday school, happy as Larry, and Secret Sister is here doing her all-purpose chat. And today, it isn't anything specific, but I'm just going to run through some of the conversations I've been having this week with various people. But a lot of things that get bring up to me, yeah. People ask me because I've been told, well, asked, yeah, that someone wants to interview me. And you know what? May I take up the offer? May I go get interviewed because I'm very curious to know what I would say when someone asks me something. You understand? Because I'm quite open. I'm gonna definitely give them, unless it's something about my kids. But yeah, I think I will anything. You understand what I'm saying? So some of the things, as you know, that we debate over here, secret sister, I reveal all the family secrets within my family. And even though I've revealed certain things, a lot of people can relate. A lot of people are relating to some of the stories that I've told. I mean, these are just like memories. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's my truth, their truth, and there's going to be a split in the middle. But some of these people are not here today. God bless them. And I always start off with my own family because I find them very weird. Do you understand? And they're a family that doesn't want peace. They will see people come and go and not try and resolve anything. You understand? And they build up such a wall that you can't come back from it. You understand what I'm saying to you? I've been talking to people on TikTok. They've got loads of problems. If you go on TikTok, you get people that's got a lot of mental health. They go to their family tell them that they've heard it already. You're going over the same thing. Get over it. So when they come on TikTok, you've got 1 K people listening to you. You understand? Because at least you can sit on TikTok, go live, put on your camera. You don't have to have any interaction with anyone. You understand? And you can just talk like how I know if you're old enough, people whoever listens to my podcast, you could go to Hyde Park and they had a thing called Speaker's Corner, and someone will get like a milk crate, stand on it, and just talk. Yeah, whether it's about religion, health, whatever subject they feel to do. I don't even know if they still do that. They used to do it back in the day, and you got there and you can hear some. When I was young, we used to go up there in our school uniform just to ramp. We never really listened to what the people saying, but some of them were spreading news like how we get the news on Google, Wikipedia, internet. People were giving us news that the government, certain little places never want us to know. And it was called freedom of speech. Well, I don't know if you can be that free again, but unless you're on the internet, you can really do what you want, And even if you do, they have the dark net where people do things, and boy, unless you got too cold, you can't really get into that group. But if you really want to get into the dark web, I'm sure there's a way because there's loads of young people getting into things, unaliving themselves. And this parenting, I mean, I've always said my parents are really crap, rubbish. They shouldn't have become parents because their beginnings, yeah, wasn't easy. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've never ever called my parents mum and dad. They've never taught me to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you are a parent and you make up your mind, say you're not like this, you pick me up. You're just gonna go along with the flow. If you're in a bad mood, the kid's gotta be in a bad mood. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't have parents that knew how to cover up things. Yeah, if they're miserable, which was 90% of the time, they didn't like each other as a couple. You see what I'm saying? They did not like each other as a couple at all. So you're living with each other and it is a pain. You're not even tolerating each other. So if there's a kid in the mix, that kid is going to suffer. You understand what I'm saying to you? The way they talk to each other, the swearing, the arguing, the fighting, So if you've got a kid in all of that mix and that kid grows up to be very angry to you You can't blame society. You can't blame the world. You have to look at yourself. But some parents, they know the truth deep down. But for it to come out of their mouth and verbalize it and say, you know what, I went up to the crack, I was going through some depression, my home life, you know. But anyone that came to my home, they wouldn't see that in the decor. I mean, you come to the house, Chris. You know what I'm saying? We had the best of the best. But the people in the house, it never ever flow like what you call it, shuin fei. When they have the Chinese people and they have everything coordinate, balanced. No, we was very unbalanced. We were sinking like the Titanic. And boy, me lucky me survived like the look at old lady on the Titanic. Yeah, master. I can't. If it weren't my strength, you understand? Even to do this podcast and talk about what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be confident. You understand? Because I not see them I watch the podcast. You understand me? I say, I mean, want them for watch it. Maybe they can look into their self, like how I'm looking into myself. You understand what I'm saying? My parents, I can tell you, my father have a brother and sister that have a baby. So he had to grow up with these traumas. Yeah, so your brother is a big P word. And listen, I've been looking for a picture that I've got of myself. Yeah, that my father needs to send me to that brother of his house. Yeah, and that's how you know that I had a really crap dad, your brother is a P word, but you send your picnic there every 6 weeks holiday. Try and make me know that makes sense. Then the mother, yeah, you have your uncle, you and your uncle got this secret. Now, I mean, listen, like I said to you people, me not hold no secret for none of them. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it, yeah? I'm all seeing my sister dip on TikTok and I can see slowly she's having a mental breakdown. And I'm making this a public announcement. Anybody that know her, go and look about Miss K. KD. Go and look about Miss KD. Because she's got some things coming up on TikTok in how happy she is. Anybody happy? Now go along with happiness. I sit in a Savoy and how you're so happy. Listen, that is the opposite to how you're feeling. Trust me, I can tell in her eyes. She only have one sister and me, and we don't see each other. You understand? But I can see on TikTok, yeah, you're having a slow breakdown. Yeah, you can make out to the world that you're happy. No one isn't that happy. And if they are, they haven't got time to come on camera and say, you know what, guys? I'm so happy, my life is just so great, like, like it couldn't get any better. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? When are you going to mention your child? When are you going to mention you and your child doing fun stuff? Yeah? Anybody can come on camera and say, you know what? I've got the Gucciest life. My life is on top. Listen, I watch all the housewives and not even their life is happy. Not even Kim Kardashian happy. And them have money. They can have what they want. No one, you don't see none of these rich millionaires coming and say, you know what? I've got to the top and I'm the happiest millionaire ever, billionaire. Nobody. So when you see people sometimes, coming off and you say, oh, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm great. I'm doing fantastic. You know that Leonardo sounds so well. Yeah. But I have to give you that so that it makes them feel good because they don't know how to express their inner feeling. Do you understand? Even my other cousin were talking, and I mean, people don't ever say the same. I'm not the same person that I was. And I think because I don't stick around my people, them, they look miserable, they don't look good. When I see my cousins, it's only at funerals. You understand? Everybody just we don't even know what they're just working with the day. No one you can't happiness, you should just see it on the person. Me just got Sainsbury's and people's like, oh my god, secret, you look well. Yeah. I don't need to tell you. I should look how I feel. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If someone says, how are you? You say, don't mind me, all right. You know what I mean? Different day, same shit, nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to be over the top. So these are the signs that you need to look out for. Even the parents, as big as your kid is, my son, them big. But I'm always looking about them, seeing how they feel, how was your day? Because, these kids will hide stuff from you. But if you are not a parent that is interacting with your kid, yeah, you have to talk to these young people. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You know what I mean? Because being a young person, being a parent, grandparent, whatever, it's not easy because everybody's got all eyes on them like Tupac. You understand? So for me, when it comes to this parenting thing, yeah, you know, it is difficult. And now I'm seeing people isn't holding no secret for no one, nobody anymore. No one ain't holding no secret for no one now because it's a burden. Yeah, if you can grow up and your brother and sister have a baby, it's a burden on you. But it's not your burden. Someone has told you and conditioned you. Yeah, my dad, him have a sister. She have four daughters. I used to play with my cousins all the time. The little D family. There's enough going around there. Little did I know it was a bag of mess, really. But when you're young, you don't really see what's going on. But when you're older, like I said, four girls in one house, three different surnames. And me never see none of them daddy. But me see their mother married twice. But none of them men were their dad. I've grown up and I've asked my cousins, you understand? Well, one of them in particular, look a sharp one, Miss S. And I said to her, you know what? I said, look, what your daddy? I mean, you've got four girls in one family and they don't even look alike. They don't, they look like they're from four different countries. Not even postcode. One look like Nigeria, Barbados, Grenada, London. You understand? And these are nice girls, you know. But I think when you are conditioned from a young age to hold certain secret, and this is why every time I turn on this mic here, yeah, even if I talk about different various things, it just so happened my family isn't the weirdest. My family isn't the weirdest. It's just that I am the one that is coming out and talk about certain subject. But when people hear it, they say, "Boy, you know what? I've grown up and I've noticed certain things about certain family members, but they couldn't put the dots together. No one isn't talking." You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm a chatterbox. I'm directly gonna come out with you. Whatever you're thinking, I'm gonna say. Yeah, so you can sit down there with the secret. The one said, yeah, I've got a cousin, like I said, in one start podcast. Since when? You can't even know the conversation. Yeah? He want to talk about Muslim then. Why? Why don't you start about talking about you? You got a drug habit, you got a teeth for your mother, and your brother is deceased. Yeah? Talk about that. You can talk about the dad. The dad was a promoter for all of them maxi priests and all of them thing there. You've got a bag of things, but you want to jump over to the Muslim people and see where they're going wrong. And I'm saying, go on and see if you don't catch yourself in a problem. Because at the end of the day, yeah, at least have some groundwork on your background. You understand what I'm saying? My cousin has got how many baby mother? And I think I've gone through this story already. You understand? My mother's sister, yeah, they don't have the same mom and dad. Yeah. My auntie's daddy is my granddad's best friend. You understand? So when it's mixed up, it's so mixed up that it could even make cake. You know when you can make a good Victoria sponge because you've got all the mix, you've got the sugar, the flour, the egg. You understand? You even got little sprinkles to put on top. This dynamite, and that's why you see now when they're growing up, everyone doesn't grow old gracefully. Everybody miserable. Half of the people that have these stories, you can see say is taking a toll on the people that's holding the secret. And then the circle or the family gets smaller. So there's no one to even join church with the secret again. You're just holding it for holding its sake. And it's destroying you. So like I said, my parents are the worst to me. Yeah. And I don't see, because my father have another daughter. She gone kukutu. She turned Israelite. She looks a mess. My son saw her in Brixton the other day and he must have turned him head because she's a mess. She's forcing her kids to come and do this Israelite because the people then catch the girl vulnerable. Yeah, nothing went going in for her. She there at Brixton Hill, there at House Hill. Nothing now going for Miss A. Nothing. And the people them catch her. Yeah, I'm sure she told me say it was at the school gate. The people them said to her, "You want to come to one meeting?" When you start put stuff off on Facebook, and you can see that in someone's front room, they've made a makeshift. You know, like when paper, you have paper, you cut out the ear, you cut out the E, and you put it up on the wall, and they're just sitting there. And I said, "What kind of group this?" You know, some of these groups is cold. And when they watch round, that's why none of them don't come to me because they can see that I'm solid. You can't come to me with your little Jehovah. you're Christian, you're Buddha, you're Muslim. I like to talk about all religions. If you come to me, I open my door to Jehovah's Witness all the time. We take the look at Watchtower meeting magazine, and that's the end of that. Me, you, I don't need to join your church to listen to what you've got to say religiously. I don't. You know what I mean? I've been brought up in a Christian world, and I don't think it's done any of my people any good. You understand? My donator, she says she is Christian, and yo, fam, that the Christianness that she says she joined, that the church there broke her bad. You understand? She's even married to a pastor. Him broke bad too. Him like front. Him love a front that the pastor there. Me and him sit down for all the 4 hours, have meeting. Yeah, right there at Sainsbury's. And the man love a front. I even asked him, why did you marry that woman? My mother. Why would you put yourself through that strain? And the man, in my turn left, in my turn right. You understand? And I said, who? So apparently it was a bit of fun at first. Everybody just throw a pum pum so. And your name pastor. So even when I'm talking to him, the language, the swearing, the word pum pum, using the pastor. But him used to that. So it wasn't like to say, oh, you can't. No, the man is fornicating with my mother. Then I marry her because she threatened him. She said, if you want to stop our hanky panky, I'm going to tell the church. So the man rung her, go buy a ring. So I said, I had to ask him, why would you marry a woman that don't piss on her picnic them? Yeah, how's she gonna love your kids if she don't love her own? You understand? She's not fit for fiddling, mate, and she's sick. She sleep with oxygen tanks, she have bad leg. I said, how did you get to do this, Rumpy Pumpy? Because it couldn't last long because she's sick. Do you understand? And now he been asking for all the 6 years. Oh, got a problem here. I can hear some fuzzing. Gotta tell me if we stop chat to people them. You see how them wicked? Yeah. Yeah. Him run go buy a ring. Do you understand? I married a woman. Yeah. And it's miserable. You understand? That woman called my mother is tormenting her husband. The man tell me for all the 7 years he's been asking for a divorce. I've never heard so long that you could and the person don't get her. She don't get her. Because she's living on misery. And when misery want company, well, I dipped out. Yeah. Do you understand? I tell you, said my father, him dip out, my sister dip out, everybody dip out. And still, I know that I've made my little island with my kids, my partner, yeah, a very happy one. Yeah, we're not over the moon happy, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's hard. Right now, me I try buy my brand new car, me just buy a brand new bed. Do you understand? And still have to punch gas and electric and pay council tax and still pay the rent. And that gone up too. And the lift now work. If me I got put in a piece of misery. Yeah, me just spend how much money I think drop it up the stairs. Do you understand? But still have to pay the rent. But I don't make my misery be my kids' misery. Trust me. You understand? I could be in here and very unhappy. But them boys there, they're only unhappy because them see their mum unhappy. But they really happy. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't go and announcing it. So my thing of today is look out for signs, people. People will always tell you that they're okay. You understand? But if you know the person well enough, you have to make them feel like you're a safe place and they can come to you. So anybody today that you haven't spoken to, give them a tap up and see if they need a little bit of talking or if they want to share anything. You might want to share something too. So just give it a thought, people. If you just live like the day, your days might be longer. I heard that if you honor your parents, your days are longer. But you see, my parent, them, you must say, mad. Honor them. They need to let go of them demon secrets. My father, Edgar Clifford Downey, my mother, Lorna Victoria Johnson. What's your name, Vincent now? The two of them, I hope you're watching this podcast. Yeah? Go down on your knees. Yeah? Come in and now, oh, I'm going to take you too and bury her. I don't. Because the two that you have there, the two daughters that Una have, they're not fit for me. Even tell her husband, you better pack a bag so when she's sick, you can go and deliver what she needs to be delivered. You know? So at the end of the day, people, look back your people then. Yeah? Being a parent isn't easy. If you need help, ask for help. Don't sit there and suffer. Don't take it out on your kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? And even children, talk to your parents. If you see that your mum or your dad needs a little bit of comfort or some help, try and get some help for them. Because let me tell you something, people, this mental health thing is becoming like a plague. It's happening to people and it might be a slow process. So if you can catch it from before or give some heads up, try and do that for the people them. At least just give them a tap and say, yo, I'm here. When you're ready, holler at me. Anyway, people, it's that time where I need to get a bit of brekkie and it's lunchtime, 11:30. And I've had a good chat with you guys. So I might come back later. Who knows? The people that on TikTok are weird for me too. So this has been Secret Sister on the All Podcast and All Purpose Podcast. And yeah, like I saying, I love the support, the people pressing the like and subscribe button and notification. I appreciate you so much. You know what I mean? And if anybody, like I keep saying, you hear anything and you don't like it and you want to say something, you've got the comment section. And I'm always going to leave the number 07377 14757. You don't have to talk to me. You can leave a text, a WhatsApp, whatever you want to do, or even a subject that you think I should highlight. I would appreciate that for your communication. But yes, have a great day until the next time we actually speak again.